Harvard Business School,
the Harvard Ed School,
the architecture,
the faculty,
diversity,
sociology,
American government.
You know, I think my world expanded a lot while I was at Harvard. You know, I just ended up looking at things differently because I'd studied so many different things.
I had a really good friend in medical school named David Foster. ER and House really are about David and my experiences at Harvard and how we were trained as physicians.
I was a third-generation soldier. I told my commander that I wanted to go to business school. He said, look, I'm not going to write you a letter of recommendation unless you apply to Harvard Business School. Sir, I haven't used a 3-syllable word in the last month. I don't know if this is the right time to write, an essay for the Ivies.
I was really overwhelmed at the amount of respect our classmates had for our military service. There was an overwhelming support within the business school as well as interest from classmates to learn about what we did.
For me, it had always been math, science, doctor, medicine, and then I got to Harvard and realized there was so much else.
I had a kind of love for the place. I thought it was a great place for me, and I felt strongly it could be a great place for anyone.
I never got married until I was 50 years old, and that's because I was married to Harvard.
I never thought I'd end up in Harvard Medical School. That said, it was outstanding.
It seems like Harvard is becoming ever more aware to the fact that it has fostered thousands of really innovative artists over the course of its history.
There was no way I was going to be able to pay for Harvard or, frankly, probably any other school that I had applied to. They made me confident that if I got accepted to Harvard, I'd be able to go. It was told as simply as that. If it had been a longer explanation, I would have been suspicious about it.
I would go to classes outside the GSD when I was there too. Be able to come in contact with some of the brightest people in the field, it was just, it thrilled me.
If you look at my career, you see the threads of what I learned at Harvard. There were two main influencers for me at Harvard. One was Dr. John Schlein, and the other was Dr. Bruce Baker. Both took me under their wing.
There's some genius out there who doesn't know what he or she can accomplish unless they go to Harvard and are encouraged to try it. They have 4 years at the greatest playground in the world where they can study any topic they want with the world's greatest expert in that topic because she has an office down there.
We just started a dental clinic, and there's many different programs. And the great thing about Harvard is that when I came back from that experience, I really felt that I had the knowledge or skills to at least know what was it that we needed to create a research infrastructure for the program.
I got there, it was like the Eden of the intellect. It was just, for me, a heavenly moment.
And it began to change from going to Harvard and getting the job to going to Harvard and beginning to find one's purpose in life.
The theory that I learned was able to apply when I actually moved into teaching and beyond has really informed my life and informed what I do now.
Being a kid from Gilbert, Arizona that made it to Harvard, that was one thing. Being a kid from Harvard that actually made it to the NFL, constantly being able to achieve things that people didn't think were possible. That's a driving force for me.
I am grateful every day for the experience of having gone here.
Whether you're a student or a 60-year-old, life is waiting to challenge you. Don't compromise, innovate.
It's that sense of giving back and doing something more important than just you and your own personal success.
I really saw no boundaries. And that, to me, is really the quintessential part of what an education should be about.